don't think I've ever actually asked you this question. I know why you created DealMachine, because you were driving for dollars and it was frustrating, but like, why continue that as a business?
Well, thankfully it became a business, but that wasn't the point.
Right.
Originally, I just wanted it because when I was looking for those rundown houses, I spent about a month driving around, writing down the addresses, and I actually felt that I missed out on a deal because I drove by one of those houses 3 weeks later and there was a construction crew out there. And I was like, oh wait, I think this is on my list. And so then I looked it up. I hadn't been looking up the addresses because I was trying to build my list to be big enough so then I could batch just look up all of them at one time. I saw that it had just changed hands, and then there was a construction crew out there, and I was like, damn it, I missed out on this because I wasn't following up, I wasn't doing my part. So then I kind of set out to look them all up, and I was just like, well, this takes a lot of time too. And so that as a software developer, like that very next weekend, I was like, there should be a simple way to do this. I should pin the house. It should tell me who owns the house. It should integrate with the county records to do that. And then I should also be able to press a button and have the mail printed out and sent for me. And so I set out to build like a really basic version of the app I just described. And it was just for me. And it was just used by me for like 6 months before anybody even knew about it or before it was on the App Store. And what ended up putting it on the App Store was I had a friend named, two friends. Brittany Wicks, she lives in Texas, but she was coming to Indianapolis every month. And she actually was here to buy 30 houses every month. I was like, that's pretty crazy. It's a lot of houses. I don't imagine how that works. But I went to her meetup because she would host a meetup every month as well. And I showed her the app and she's like, oh, well, like I'll try that. She's like, I know driving for dollars works, but it's always been like a hassle. And that's why I haven't done it before because at my volume, it's just too much time. So she's like, I'll spend $1,000 to try any new marketing method. So I was just like, great. And I set up I didn't even have like anything acceptable to accept a payment, So I was like, okay, I'll like set up a Stripe account. I'll like manually charge your card. Then in the time that passed, she negotiated $750 instead of $1,000, but I ran her card for $750. The app was free at the time, and that just included mail. So she bought $750 worth of postcards at like $150 each. And that was a big moment of like, okay, like this could be a business because this just happened and I didn't really try to sell it. And then my friend Align, who I think you might have known, he's from Venezuela, he lives here.
Cycle Bar.
Yeah, he went to Cycle Bar. Hey, we should go back. He was like, well, dude, I want to try it too. And I was like, it's kind of hard to get it on like everyone's phone because I like developed it on my computer. You have to like plug it in and like get it. So I was like, hey, okay, instead of me doing that for you as well, then I put it on the App Store because I was like, then you can just download it. Like it's not super user friendly at the time because I just made it for myself, but then it was on the App Store. And then because it had the word driving for dollars in the keyword, a ton of people just started finding it. Like Fortune Builders was the first group of people who had found it organically and then just talked about it. And so then we started to get signups and my time was quickly overtaken by like getting on the phone with the signups, and I had to walk them through how to like use the app because it wasn't user friendly. It was created just for me. Then I was just like spending all my time in my backyard, pacing around, like doing these phone calls, like walking people through it. And then, to finish that story off, I contacted my good friend Dave Oster, who's my business partner, and I was like, hey, I need help. Like you're better at developing software than me, and this just is something I think it could help people. I think people care about this, but the problem is like it's not easy to use. So can you remake it so it's easier to use? And that's how we decided to actually form DealMachine as a business at that time. And then just kind of naturally, I showed it to somebody. They wanted to use it. Then somebody else wanted to use it, and then other people found it. That's how it happened.
And now you've evolved to a 40-plus person company.
That's right.
It's
yeah.
insane.
We just had a Christmas party, and it was good to see everyone in the same place together. That was pretty awesome.